Right. I think we'll lie down to start with. So find your nice semi-supine position, which is the feet hip width apart, knees bent up, shoulders nice and wide, and just start with the arms loosely by your side, finding and noticing how your body feels today. Taking a moment to relax and breathe. Just allowing everything to soften into the floor. Breathing in through the nose, nice and lightly, but direct that breath into the back of the body and the sides of the body. Breathing out through slightly pursed lips. Until you expel all the air, and that will allow the breath just to flow in without any great pressure. And to start warming up, let's take the arms out to the sides in a nice T position, and then bring them across the body, reaching the tips of the fingers to the mat either side. Now that will very much depend what frontage you've got. My dead hamsters mean that I can reach the mat and then open out into a T, and then cross your arms the other way. And if you can't reach the mat, just reach the fingers way, way, way out to the side. So you're feeling a bit of a stretch around the back of the shoulders, and continue. So a nice wide breath as you take the arms out to a T position, and try breathing out as you cross them and reach. So go in line with your breath pattern, breathing in to open and breathing out to cross the arms. And do a couple more of those, trying to get things slower and slower so you get in control of your breath and calm everything down. Final hug across the body. Start to engage the abs, so drawing the tummy button into the spine. Then taking the arms out into a T, just bend the elbows slightly so your palms are sort of head level, and then reach the arms away up overhead and draw the elbows close into the body. So a little bit of chicken wing effect. And you may find your full arm is on the mat or the floor, or like me, it might just be hovering off. Keep control through the abdominals. Couple more. Keeping the abs down. So bending the elbows in and then straightening the arms away up overhead. Morning, Jeanette. Just join in when you're ready. And then bring the arms down by your sides. Reset yourself up, and we'll do some lovely little pelvic tilt. So breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, and breathing in, place it back down. So really tiny to start with, focusing on drawing the tummy button to spine, little tilt up, and place it down as smoothly as you possibly can. I'm thinking about my feet as I do this as well. Thinking big toe, little toe, and heel. Trying to keep the knees as stable as I possibly can. Climbing up a little bit higher. As you breathe out, really focus on sending your pubic bone towards your chest and breathing back in. That's it, lovely. So just pelvic tilts to start warming up, Jeanette. About bra strap level this time. But Jeanette, catch up whenever you're ready. And bring your arms up to the ceiling as we hold it there. Breathing in, reach even higher. And then take them overhead. Hold it there for another breath in. Bring your arms back to the ceiling and down. Back up to the ceiling as you keep breathing overhead. So we're holding ourselves up and then breathing out, peeling down piece by piece through the spine, bringing the arms back down by your sides, ready to go again. So breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, tummy button drawing into the body to keep lifting in that curved position. Take the arms up to the ceiling, breathe in to reach, breathe out, take them overhead. We hold ourselves here with a nice breath in, then breathe out, bring them down by your sides, keeping yourself up in the air, and then back overhead. One more set. Back overhead. And on your next out breath, soften through the chest, placing your body down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and then bringing your arms down by your sides. One more time, breathing out, peeling off. Nice and slowly till bra strap level. Bring the arms up to the ceiling. Reach as you breathe in. Breathe out, take them overhead. And this time, just bring them back to the ceiling. Allow them to be really heavy in the arm joint, and then bring them down by your sides. And let's peel down, breathing out, softening till you get to lower ribs level, and hold it there. And then think about sliding your pelvis from side to side for two, as if you're polishing a table with your bottom. Then come a little bit lower down, holding yourself up, still keeping that curve. And again, polish the table side to side for two. Coming back down so your bottom's just hovering off the mat. And again, polish the mat with your bottom. Two from side to side. And then place yourself completely back on the mat. So you're in that nice neutral position, nice triangle. And we will do a little clock. So think about sending your pubic bone away from you first, and you will get a little bit of an arch in your lower back. And then you bring one hip down towards the mat, up towards you, over to the other side, and back to the start, and reverse the direction. So you go through a nice imprint through the lower back, doing little circles with the pelvis, basically, or a nice twerk. Keep it small. If there's any pain, make it a lot smaller and slower. And keep breathing nice and naturally. Shoulders wide and relaxed. Still keeping control through the abdominals. One more in each direction. And then come back to that nice neutral position, and we'll do some arm and leg slides. So bring the arms up to the ceiling, palms facing away, and again, allow the arms to be really heavy through the shoulder joint. And breathing in to extend one arm and leg away, breathing out, engage the abdominals to bring it back and change sides. So as with everything we do, when we're working opposite arm and legs, be it this, be it the dog, be it single leg stretch, trying to keep the body stable and just allow the limbs to move independently. And to minimize any rocking during that changeover. And really focus on your breath. So breathing in to extend away, breathing out. Deepen that abdominal connection. to bring everything back to the start and keep the arms really heavy in the shoulder joints to allow some width through the front of the chest, through the back of the shoulders. That's it, lovely. Keep it nice and slow. Conscious movement. 2 more on each side. And then come back to that starting position. We'll focus on the arms. So take them up to the ceiling, palms facing away. Same arms we've just done. One arm goes behind your head. Then we take the arms out into a T. Swap the palms so they turn the other way and continue the circle. So the arm over by your head, the palms to the ceiling, and then bring them back to the start and reverse the direction. So one arm behind your head, circle out to the side, rotating the shoulders to switch the palms, continue the circle, and back to the start. And continue reversing that direction, keeping the arm nice and heavy again in that shoulder joint. A lovely windmill. Out to the side, rotate the arm joint so the palms switch position, continue the circle so the arm behind your head, palm to the ceiling, and then arms in front and reverse back. Lovely, and all the time, keep thinking about those abdominals to make sure you haven't arched your back, keeping the lower ribs nicely placed on the mat. One more in each direction. That's it. And then finishing with your arms by your sides. We're going to do curl ups. So you can either have arms long or have hands behind your head, as long as you don't pull on your neck. And I want you to do 10, extending one leg as you draw in through the abs, slide the ribs forward and breathing in to come back to the mat. Do alternate legs, nice and slow and controlled. Or arms long, breathing out to curl up, stretching everything, breathing in to return. So slide those ribs forward as a result of the abs drawing in. That's it. So nodding the chin, curling up. That's it. Lovely, Maria. Good. Really use your breath, breathing out to curl up, breathing in to return. And as always, if anything gets too much, make it smaller or have a rest, regroup, reset yourselves. Hug your knees in for a rest if you need to at any point. That's it, Jeanette, lovely. Good, Elaine. Keep those abs drawing down into the body. And when you think you've done your 10, I'm not rushing you at all. Hug your knees in so I can see who's finished, because you'll be working at your own different breath pattern. Lovely. Then from there, let's add on our oblique twist. So I'll let you have hands behind your head for this. And we're going to bring one knee up so it's nice and bent. Rotate round so for that elbow to come towards it, or actually the armpit to come towards it. And as we lie back, we extend the leg, and we'll do 10 on each side. So sticking with the same side. So you want to think the back armpit reaching behind you and the front armpit reaching for the knee. And then extending that leg away again. So breathing in to rotate. And breathing out to extend, that's it. And have a play around. Change the breath if you want to breathe out to rotate and breathe in to extend. And if you want more of a challenge, think about your knees staying further away from your body. So you have to rotate and curl your body higher, which is a little bit more challenging and more painful in a good way. That's it. Good, Elaine. Try stretching that leg out as you lie back down again. That's it. And then curl it back up and in. And same as before, not rushing anybody. When you've done your 10 on both sides, hug your knees in so I can see who's finished. But no cheating, no cutting it short unless you need to. It's looking very stable. Good. Good, Maria. Fab. That's it, breathing out. Good. So from there, hold on to those knees or just below the knees, the shins. We'll do our single leg stretch as we're in that mode. So press the shins away to curl up into your little curl up position. Lift the feet so they're just slightly lower than the knees and extend one leg. So building on what we've just done really. So extending the leg, bending one knee in, but again, not fully into the body, keeping your upper body curling up as high as you can, or if it's too much for you, still with your scar and stuff, lie back down and hug one knee in and extend. I trust you to work with your body. Keep breathing. So breathing out as you change. That's it. Slow it down, Jeanette. Control through the abdominals. And we'll do 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6. Good work. 5 and 4. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. And hug those knees in. Well done. Good stuff. Right, extra little moment to breathe because we've got double leg stretch coming up and a slight variation of that. So what we're trying to do today is nod the chin, come up to that starting position as we've just done, elbows and shoulders wide. We're going to reach the arms and legs away in the same direction. From there, just take the arms up overhead and circle in, reaching up again, and then hugging the knees back into the body. So breathing out, nod the chin, extend the arms and legs away nice and straight. Breathing in just to circle the arms around, breathing out, reach up a little bit higher, and breathing in to hug those knees in. So just a little bit more control, curling up. Extend the arms and legs away. Rotate the arms around, reaching a little higher, that's it, and then breathing in to hug the knees in, good. And again, breathing out, nod the chin, extend the arms and legs, breathing in, so keeping the upper body up and breathe out, reach a little bit higher, and then hug back in again. Good. Keep the shoulders nice and wide to get tension out of there. And again, breathing out, nod the chin, reach the arms and legs away. Breathe in, circle the arms around. Breathing out, reach again, yes. And breathe in, hug your knees in, good. And again, breathing out, nod the chin, send the arms and legs away. You can keep your back imprinted on the mat. Circle the arms around, just reach a little bit higher. And then hug your knees in. And do 2 more for me. Breathing out, curl forward, extend, that's it. Good, Elaine. Circle around as you breathe in. Breathe out, reach a little bit higher, and then breathe in, hug your knees in. That's it, Jeanette. Fabulous. Final time for anyone doing it. Breathing out, nod the chin, send the legs and arms away. Breathing in, circle around, yes. Higher, and breathing in. Hug your knees in. Wonderful. Maria, feet down for this, but hip width apart. We'll do our 100. So anybody who wants to can have the feet on the floor. If you want, up in tabletop or extended away, depends how you feel today. Curl the upper body forward, arms nice and long, and we'll beat in and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. In. Keep breathing, keep beating from the armpits, keeping the body still. Keeping those chins nodded. That's it. Tummy button drawing into the body. Nearly there. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees in. Rock from side to side. Ah, wonderful. Feet down and either have both knees bent and the non-working leg just bent out to the side, or nice long legs. If you can keep the back of the knee straight, we will do our hip single leg circles. So 8 in each direction on each leg. I'm trying again, using the abs to keep the body still, drawing perfect circles on the ceiling, either with the knee, if the leg's bent, or with a nice pointy toe. And really think about your stirring paints in that hip socket. So like we did with the arms being heavy in the shoulder joint, allow the leg to be really heavy through the hip. So nice and slowly, using your breath, keeping those abs engaged. That's it. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Keeping the bum firmly placed on the mat. So no lifting up. Make the circle smaller if you find that you're lifting. 8 in each direction. Then reset yourself up for success. Change sides. Allow the leg to be really heavy in that hip joint. And 8. Small, perfect circles. That's it. Lovely. And again, because you're all working at different speeds, once you're done, hug your knees in. I know you've still got a way to go yet, so don't panic. And it's really nice using that whole breath, thinking about where it's going and directing it into the leg that's working. Lovely. Good. Okay. I would suggest you grab a cushion or a pad. We're going to move on to our side line and start with that lovely chest opener. So you want to set yourself up so you've got something to roll your head onto behind you. Underneath shoulder, really drawing away from the ear so you've got some space. The underneath waist, drawing up away from the mat. And imagine you're sitting in an old-fashioned dining room chair. So you're a nice sort of 90-degree against the front of the mat. And then when you're ready to go, breathe in to take the arm up to the ceiling. Breathe out, rotate the ribs to take your arm behind you. Your knees and pelvis should stay nice and still, not move. Have a few breaths in to allow your body to soften at that open position. And then on the next out breath, make sure you're engaged through the abs, drawing the ribs, using those oblique muscles to bring your arm back to the start. And I have 4 of these. So breathing in, arm to the ceiling, breathing out, rotate the ribs, keep the knees together and the pelvis stable. Breathing in and at open point, watching where your arm's gone, and then next out breath, breathing to bring the ribs back. And because the ribs come back, the arm comes back. That's it. Do 2 more of those. Lovely. Good. And 1 more. I can't see any movement in those knees. That's brilliant. And then extend when you've done, sorry. Extend both legs away, long underneath arm if you can. So you can use that cushion between that arm and your ear. Find the point that it's a little bit more challenging to hold on your hips. And we'll do our double leg lift. So breathing out, keeping the legs squeezed together, looking towards the mat as you hover your head, keeping in a long, low line, and breathing in to come back down to the mat. So again, everything's drawing into the body to give some stability, but you want to think about length as well. And that underneath waist is drawing up all the time, so you make sure you've got those abdominals engaged to keep your back safe. And if you feel that you get any twinging in your back, just bring your legs slightly further forward, and any twinging in the neck, make sure you're looking properly down at the mat as you lift your head up, or you can keep it down depending how you're feeling. And if you need an arm in front for balance, please feel free to do that too. Good. Lovely. So nice and smooth. That's it, Elaine. Good. Thinking about the inner thigh of the bottom leg, helping lift both legs up. Do 2 more. And then from there, we're going to lift both legs, just like we've done. We can keep the head down, lift the top leg, keeping the bottom leg lifted, close the top leg and both legs down. So lift both legs, lift the top leg higher, close the top leg and both legs down. So as we do this, so we lift both, lift the top. You don't want to go into a banana shape and hinge in the middle. You're keeping everything as we did for that first double leg lift, nice and stable. So only go lifting the top leg as high as you can without hinging into the mat with your waist That's it. Good, Jeanette. Lovely. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lift the top leg, breathing out to close, and breathing in to lower the legs. If you've got a hand in front for balance, that's fine. Make sure there's no tension through the shoulder. It's just there lightly assisting. Good. Lovely. Do two more. Final one of those. And we'll move on to the focus on the bottom leg. So lifting the top leg to hip height. Focus on that inner side, the bottom leg, lifting and lowering. So keeping the top leg really stretching away from you. And it's just the bottom leg moving, keeping the head down. Keeping those abs engaged. Trying to keep tension out of the shoulders. Keeping that top leg up all the time. Getting a little bit fatigued through the hip muscles. They're working nice and hard. That's looking really strong, everybody. Lovely. So legs stay straight. Squeezing the inner thigh. 3 more. And then from there, you can readjust your top half if you want to, so you can just make your underneath arm comfy. Angle your knees away from you, bent, so your heels are roughly in line with the bum. And we'll do a little shell thing, which we've done before. But start just normally. So breathing out, just lifting the knee, not rotating back with the pelvis. So you can have a hand behind if you want to, just for a bit of feedback. Breathing out to open, breathing in to close. And again, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. Keeping the underneath waist drawing up away from the mat as well. Hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder. And one more standard one. Then from there, come up onto the forearm, and we want to focus again of drawing the whole body away from the armpit. And the same thing, have hand behind your head here actually. So you know you're going to be working all those oblique muscles. So you're trying to lift the body away from the mat. That's it. Nice length in the neck as well. So reaching the head away from the shoulder. One more. And then lift the bum. So it's sort of in a mini side plank. And the same thing. So you're having to work even harder underneath the body. Same breath, breathing out to open, breathing in to close. That's it, lovely, good. One more. And then we'll put it all together. So we're going to sit down first, breathing out to open, and you can open and reach an arm away as well if you want, and then coming back down to the mat. So you're not sinking into the shoulder and doing it, sinking up and open and down. So you're taking your head up and over the shoulder, opening the knee. So a bit of coordination. That's it. That's it, Elaine, good. One more. And then as we're here for a little side plank, just cross the top leg over the underneath leg and either come up onto your wrist if you want to do a full plank, or stay down on the forearm and think about just extending the legs. So nice inner thigh squeeze together and coming back down. That's it, good. 2 more. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Final time, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Okay, wonderful. Let's give the sides a bit of break. We'll do the other side in a moment, but we'll come onto our backs. And we'll do some bridging and a little bit of oblique bridging as well, just for a nice challenge. Similar to what we've done before. So nothing behind your head and neck. Let's start very sedately with a standard breathing out, squeeze the bum, lift up, trying to get a nice long line from ribs to knees, over toes, and almost a karate chop at the hip. So there's no rolling up like the pelvic tilts. And again, if you feel you're cramping, bring your feet closer to the body and coming back down. So really finding some strength through the sides and through the back. Nice and slow lift and slow coming down again. That's it. Breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. You should feel all of your feet flat on the floor. Feeling a little bit of pressure through the heels and the big toe joints and the little toe joints. 2 more. That's it, lovely. Final time. And then hands behind your head, and we're going to do our oblique twist with this. So start with just lifting one bent knee. So it's basically a single leg bridge. And as you curl forward, as we did before, and as you lie back, squeeze the bum of the standing leg and extend that other leg. So keep it small and as slow as you need to. Ideally 10 on each leg, but just do as many as you're happy to. And if you're really not finding that works for you, just stick with a standard bridge or try bridge and then peel a foot off. But let's see if we can get this challenge going. Lovely, Jeanette, good. That's it, Elaine. Well done, good. So Maria, if you're doing this, curl the knee and the opposite armpit towards each other first, then extend the leg away as you lie back down. That's it. So I say just 10 on each side. It's quite hideous, I know, because I've been practicing. Do as many as you're comfortable with. That's it, Maria, lovely. Keep it small. That's it, Elaine. Fabulous. Good. Keep the breath going. When you're done, hug your knees in so I can see who's finished. That's it. Wow. Totally impressed. Good. Okay, just breathe while we all catch up. And then we can roll over onto the other side you haven't worked. So I'm going to work the same side basically, so my earpiece doesn't fall out. Starting with our lovely side chest opener. So refinding that cushion, making sure it's behind you so you've got somewhere to roll. Setting yourself up for success, hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder, underneath waist, drawing away from the mat. And then when you're ready to go, breathing in to take the arm to the ceiling, breathing out, rotate nice and slowly and watch where the arm goes. So you want to be in control of it so you don't just let it hang if your ribs aren't all the way round. And on the next out breath, bring it back. That's it. So knees stay glued together, hips stay glued together. Only rotate as far as the ribs will allow you to. You want to be in control of those to give yourself a lovely stretch even. Good. So make it nice and slow. Use the time to unwind. And I think you have one more set when you finish this. So nice breath in to rotate the ribs, to take the arm behind you. A couple of deep, wide breaths in that lovely open position. And then breathing out, tummy button to spine to draw everything back again. And then from there, lengthening away. Again, shoulder under the top shoulder, hip under hip. Reaching the top arm along the body if it's up there or in front very lightly. Breathing out to lift and hover. Breathing in to place yourself down. Looking at the mat if you're lifting your head to really make sure there's no tension through the neck. And again, always good to remind yourselves if there's any pinching in the lumbar spine, that very lower bit, just angle your legs slightly further forward. That's it. Good. And make sure those legs don't come behind you as you lift. No bananaing in the middle, just staying that long, beautiful arrow position. 2 more. Final one. And then we continue that, breathing out to lift both legs, keeping the head down, sorry. Lifting the top leg, lowering the top leg, lowering both legs. So I think lengthening away as you lift the top leg, lower the top leg, and top leg down. Fabulous. That's it, lovely, Maria, good. That's it, Elaine. God, you can all get your legs so high, but make sure you're in control of them, not just flinging them around, a conscious stretching up, strengthening. Lovely. Good. 3 more of these. That's it, Jeanette. Breathing out to lift and hover. Breathing in, top leg lifts. Breathing out, it squeezes back down. Breathe in, place them down. Final time. And then I'll focus on the underneath leg. So lift top leg to hip height, reach it away, and then squeeze and lift the underneath leg as high as it'll go. It may or may not reach that top leg, which you're working hard to keep stable and unmoving. Again, breathing out to squeeze that underneath leg up. That's looking fabulous. Keeping the legs nice and straight. Good. It does get a bit tiring. It's all for the good. Very nice. 3 more. And then when you've done, we'll do our little shell series. So think about angling the knees away from the body, heels roughly in line with midline of the bum. And from there, breathing out, just open the knee, breathing into close, focusing on keeping it small so you don't rock the whole pelvis. That's it. Good. And one more. Coming up onto the forearm. And again, think about the upper body reaching away. And have a hand behind the head if you want. And Elaine, I noticed you've had neck problems after the first lot. So just make sure everyone's looking at the mat. So you've got some length through the neck and there's no tension. And so you're looking at the camera and at yourself, that I can see. Good. And then coming up onto the lower leg. And the same thing, breathing out to open, breathing in to close. And you want to think about lifting from that underneath waist. So you're not sinking and pressing into the upper shoulder. You're being lifted from the armpit down. If it does get too much, obviously stop. One more. And we'll put it all together. So we start sitting and we squeeze to lift and open everything, don't we? Yes, we do. I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Lift and extend and down. So a little half side plank, basically, and challenging ourselves. That's it. And then relax. Ready for a final side plank. So as before, if you want to, you can just stay and lift and hold that hover. Or if you want to come up fully, either with hand or on the shoulder, squeeze and try and lengthen the legs, squeezing those inner thighs together as we've just worked, and coming back down. Breathing out to lift, and all that focus very much on the underneath waist. So if I try and angle myself a bit better for you, you can see that I'm not sinking into the shoulder and hurting my neck. Nice and long, drawn underneath. One more. Good. And then relax. So Maria, we're going to work on our fronts, but the first one I want you to do, everybody else lying down ready for the arrow. So either have a cushion under your forehead or just hover yourself. Maria, you can kneel up. And we'll do the chest expansion. So it's where you press the back of your arms back. Think about lifting the heart, rotating and coming back, which is basically exactly what we're doing on the mat. So lying face down, allow the shoulders to fold forward, breathing in to lift them, breathing out the scapula, kiss together as if they're going to kiss anyway, hovering the arms, breathing in, rotate the arms so the thumbs come to the ceiling, and breathing out, come back down to the mat. Finding that relaxation in between. So breathing in to lift the shoulders, breathe out, reach fingers for the toes. Thumbs rotate to the ceiling as you breathe in and coming back. So exactly the same pattern, Maria, pressing back as you breathe in, breathe out, rotate the arms and thumbs come behind you and breathing in to return. Lifting the heart. That's it. Elaine and Jeanette, keep nice and low, in that low hover, chins nodded, crown of the head reaching away. That's it, good. That's it, Elaine, lovely. Maria, think about just pressing the upper arms behind you, so not swinging round, just press nice and straight, then lift the heart as you rotate the arms in the joint, that's it. And coming back, 2 more. And then relax. If you need to sit back into a child pose, do. Maria, for the next one, we're going to do swimming, which is lying on our front, opposite arm and legs. So focusing on just standing. If you want to hold against the wall, and we'll just focus on the hamstring. So squeezing the bum. Basically like a spotty dog, really. It will do exactly the same thing. Elaine and Jeanette, slightly separate your legs, arms out in front, draw them into the shoulder joint. You want to be on the front of your thigh though, so you're in parallel. If you're happy to, squeeze the bum and hover the legs, draw the scapula down the back to hover the body, and then tapping down with the straightest arms and straightest legs. And if you're happy, speed it up, trying to minimize rocking in the body. If you want to stay lying down because it's any tension in the neck, you can just squeeze and lift the opposite arm and leg. That's it. So keeping the legs straight as you can. We're not bending the knees. That's it. Good. A little bit longer if you can. Keep breathing. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Wonderful. Sit back into a child pose, release the back. Maria, come back to the mat. Then when you're ready, scoot round. We'll just finish with a final rotation and then start to wind down a bit. So ideally, finding your sit bones, the bony parts underneath your bum, legs nice and long, feet together, arms out to the side, and we'll do our spine twist. So breathing in, rotate the ribs, and breathing out to come to center. Breathing in to rotate. And as you come back to center, think tall up to the ceiling. And if it becomes too much on the neck or the shoulders or the arms, you can cross your hands in front of you. And you should also notice if your feet move when you rotate. That is not what we want. We just want to keep them glued together so we are getting independent movements through those ribs. Keep breathing, so breathing in to rotate nice and slowly and thinking as straight and tall as you can. That's it. One more in each direction. Fabulous. Then separate the legs, arms to either side, and we'll soar again. So breathing in to rotate, breathe out, reach the little toe, breathing in to sit up, breathing out to center. Just a few of these. And again, trying to keep both bum cheeks glued to the mat. That's it. Good. Lovely. One more to each side. Will balance yourselves up. Fabulous. And then scoot round when you've done onto hands and knees. We'll do a few dogs and a cat and then a nice little stretch. So remember, if you're getting any tension in the wrists, think about taking the weight more into your fingers to have shoulders and hips nice and straight. And then when you're ready to go, either slide one arm and leg away or take it off the ground. But again, you're trying not to hitch and hinge. Coming back to the same starting point and get that length through the body, drawing up through the abdominals, keeping the back in one straight line. So imagine you're trying to carry a nice glass of wine or Prosecco or a cup of tea, water, and not spill a drop. Good. One more on each side. Then let's take it into the cat. So as we started the pelvic tilt, do the same thing, breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you and curving up through the back until the head has to hang between the shoulders. Nice breath in before breathing out, unpeeling from the pelvis first, so straightening out through the tailbone. Coming up to that nice long straight back again, keeping the chins nodded. And again, breathing out, tucking the tailbone under. Imagine someone's walking their fingers up through your back. Breath in at the top, breathing out to unpeel. And do one more. Breathing out, tucking under. Really focus through the whole back. That's it, lovely. Nice breath in at the top. Breathing out, unpeel from the tailbone. Coming into that nice flat back. Then you can sit back onto your heels ever so slightly to allow yourself to step forward and lunge forward a little bit. So you open up the back hip. I'll go this way first, then you can see. So you want some nice stretch on that opening hip. Just for a couple of moments. And then come back into a more neutral position without any pressure there. And bring the opposite hand down to the foot if you can, in front of you. And either take the other arm up to the ceiling, or if you want to keep it on the shoulder, just rotate away from that bent knee at the front. Couple of breaths. Cool, I'm really shaking at this one. And then change sides. So bring the outside hand in, and you might find it quite nice to press that arm against the inner thigh and rotate up. The other way. So stretching out. Lovely. And coming back. Changing legs. So again, take the other leg forward And just give that hip flexor a nice stretch to start with. Those hips have done a lot of work today. And come back into a more neutral position, starting with the opposite hand down to the foot and rotating towards the knee. Keep breathing, it always helps. And then change sides. Very much trying to get that pressure through. Helps keep you upright. A couple more breaths. And then relax, coming back onto hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. If you're happy to, hinge up into a downward dog. So think pressure through the fingers, aiming the heels for the ground. Couple of breaths in this position. And then bend the knees. Bring them back down. Separate them, feet together, and just hinge back into a child pose. And we'll finish off walking our hands towards the right-hand side of the mat, maybe looking underneath the right armpit, so you get a stretch along the left-hand side. Walk the hands to the center and over to the other side. And again, increase the stretch on the right-hand side by looking under your left armpit. Walk back to center. Re-engage the abs if they've gone wandering. Walk yourself up. And you've done. Fabulous. Well done.